All right, before we jump to our very next conversation, let's find out what's happening in the nation's capital as far as fuel scarcity is concerned. Our correspondent, Dele Moyeni, joins us. Dele, maybe you give us a feel of what you're seeing and what you're hearing as far as this situation is concerned. I can see those vehicles sneaking around you.
All right, yes, good morning, guys. Jeffrey and Coyote. It's always good to see you guys. Well, the situation in the nation's capital is way much better. You remember that about 3 weeks ago, this queue started. And of course, the NNPC Limited, who are in charge of the sole importers of the products and who are in charge of importing this product, said they had logistics challenges. But 2 weeks ago, they said that challenge had been settled. But of course, fuel queues still surfaced. And the owners of this product said they were not getting the products. And that's why the queues still persisted. But of course, the NNPC and of course the NMDPRA, who are supposed to be the ones monitoring the fuel stations to ensure that they don't hoard the products, said, well, they have the products, and so they put it at the doorstep of the fuel stations, who they say are making a killing, because most often in this last 2 weeks, you find out that the fuel station is not selling the product, but you see the black marketers on the streets carrying jerry cans up and down, and then you wondered what was going on. But for right now, the queues have gone down. Of course, we're at central area here in Abuja, just opposite the NNPC towers. The situation is much better. On a normal day, this particular fuel station right here on my left would have a lot of queues, even going down to under the bridge. But right now, as we speak, the situation is way much better. Of course, on Airport Road and of course on other areas on the outskirts of Abuja, like Nyanya, Maraba, there are no queues at all anymore. But for right now, well, in the nation's capital, the situation is way, way much better, Geoffrey.
Well, Dele, I'd like you to do a 360 for us. If you could just speak to the cameraman. Let's see a 360, see how far back that queue is snaking, so we can get a better sense of what you seem to be enjoying in the nation's capital. Because here in Lagos, I mean, this is child's play, Dele.
All right, so we're going to do a 360, Geoffrey, and my cameraman is going to follow me. So usually, let me explain to you what normally happens. Now, this particular line, if you see this particular line as we speak, it's just like 2 or 3 or 4 vehicles. But normally, Geoffrey, you see a queue that goes way down this line and goes way down to under the bridge, and it goes all the way there. So usually you have a situation where you understand that a queue can be like 30, 40 vehicles long. And of course, you also see right here in front of the fuel station, there are other cars who of course want to shunt the line and get the products faster than others. So usually this place is always a chaos. Now, of course, on my left here is the NNPC towers, where you have the sole importers of the products who bring the products into the country, who said they had logistics challenges in bringing that product. Also, there's another fuel station just down the road here. And you could imagine if you had 2 queues here. There's a fuel station there, there's a fuel station here. And so it was always chaotic in this particular axis, Geoffrey. Always chaotic, especially in the mornings and in the evenings, because that's the time when motorists are leaving their office or coming to the office, and that's the time that they have time to queue for fuel. But trust me, there were people who had 4 or 5 hours in this particular area just queuing for fuel, Geoffrey.
Very quickly, Dele, your initial reporting suggests that there just may be some hoarding among some filling stations. Please establish that. And you can also tell us, give us an idea of pricing, how much FCT residents are getting the petrol for per litre. Can you hear me, Dele?
Buki.
Yeah.
Well, to a large extent, you have between 617 and 690. Now, the NNPC Limited sells at 617. That's the standard price at their own fuel stations. But of course, for independent marketers, they sell between 660 and 690, depending on whatever fuel station you go into at this time.
All right, Dele, thank you so much for reporting. Continue to keep an eye, but it looks like it's almost a woo for the people at the nation's capital. We hope that this happens in Lagos. So let's come back to the nation's commercial nerve center. Dele, thank you so much.
We wish you all the best in Lagos, Geoffrey. Yeah.
That's what they did to us from Port Harcourt last week, and now it's Abuja.